Hello, fellow adventurers. As you may have seen from my other videos, I am at the amazing Copper Canyon here in Chihuahua, Mexico. And one must-do while here is visit the Copper Canyon Adventure Park. But here's the kicker. Imagine traveling all the way to the heart of Mexico's Sierra Madre, arriving at a world-class adventure park built literally on the edge of a massive cliff, only to find it almost empty. When I first stepped into the Copper Canyon Adventure Park, I honestly thought it was closed. There was nobody around. Maybe we're just early or it's the off-season. But the views? Absolutely mind-blowing. That by itself is already worth a visit. The entire park sits right on top of the canyon, giving you this infinite panoramic look into a chasm that is actually deeper and wider than the Grand Canyon. It felt like I had this entire natural wonder all to myself. But I didn't come just for the views. I came for an adventure. It's called an adventure park after all. So here are the options. Ride the cable car up high over the canyons, rappel down below the canyon, a 7 zipline circuit, ride the famous Ziprider. Looking at the options, there was one thing I had to do, the legendary Ziprider. This isn't just any zipline. At one point, it held the world record as the longest single-span zipline on the planet. We are talking about an over 2,500 meter cable. That's about 1.5 miles of pure air beneath you, with a staggering vertical drop of almost 450 meters. Because the park was empty, getting ready felt like a personal VIP experience, but it required a bit of a trek across different stations. Step 1, sign the waiver. No backing out now. Step 2, pay the fee. Step 3, follow the green arrows to get geared up. The crew geared me up in this heavy-duty harness. Right before I left, the attendant handed me a bottle of water and clipped it directly to my harness. Honestly, in all the excitement, I barely paid attention to it. I was just focused on the zip ride waiting for me. Step 4, follow the blue arrows to the launch platform. Once at the platform, the attendant attached my harness to the cable, double-checked everything, gave me a safety briefing in Spanish, and then asked me if I'm ready. When I responded yes, he opened the gate, and then... yeah! Total weightlessness! Flying over the Copper Canyon on the Ziprider is an absolute rush. You reach speeds of up to 110 kilometers per hour, soaring hundreds of feet above the canyon floor. The wind is roaring. At some parts, a crosswind turned me sideways, and for more than 2 minutes, you feel like flying. Too bad my harness belts kept blocking the camera. And here's another view taken by my friends. Look how fast I disappeared from their view. But like all great things, the adrenaline high had to come to a stop. I hit the brakes at the bottom platform, grinning. I now earned a bragging right to have ridden, at one point, the longest single-span zipline on the planet. The attendant took pictures and videos of me on my landing and sent it over to my phone. As the attendant unclipped me, she unhooked that bottle of water and handed it back to me. I was still wondering, why did a zipline ride come with a complimentary beverage? Then the attendant smiled and pointed toward a trailhead. To get back to civilization, you have to hike up to the cable car station. In my excitement to ride the Ziprider, I completely forgot or ignored the warning about this hike. This is a strenuous, steep uphill climb at an altitude of over 7,800 feet. The air is thin, the sun is hot, and sudden elevation gain is no joke. Suddenly, that water bottle made total sense. Let's just say I drank every single drop. Note the tip box at the trailhead to appreciate the attendants for keeping me safe and the ride enjoyable. Here's a reminder to stay on the trail, since the one side of the trail is a cliff. Here's an interesting reminder that this mystical place, until a few years ago, was hardly explored. And here's another sign encouraging me to keep going. Have I mentioned that one side of the trail is a cliff? Here's a good spot to rest and enjoy the view of the eagle's nest. This is a surprise. A store at the top? Let's go check it out. Finally, I made it to the cable car station. I took a well-deserved rest, appreciated the view, and watched other, much wiser visitors who took the easy route by riding the cable car both ways. While waiting for the next car back, I explored the area. Here's another viewing platform overhanging the canyon that offers a completely different, equally stunning angle of the canyons. There were a few local Tarahumara, or Raramuri people, selling beautiful hand-woven baskets, crafts, and other souvenirs. Sadly, because of the lack of tourists that day, most of the stalls were closed. Soon, it was time to head back across the gorge. The cable car ride back to the main park was the perfect contrast to the Ziprider. It was smooth, quiet, and honestly, almost meditative. Assuming you don't have a paralyzing fear of heights, because you are suspended high above a massive drop. It really gives you a chance to slow down and appreciate the sheer scale of this place. Back at the main adventure park, it was still shockingly empty. I couldn't help but wonder, where is everyone? It felt like such a missed opportunity for travelers, because this place has so much to offer without the suffocating crowds of other global tourist traps. To wrap up the day, we stopped for lunch. Only a handful of food stalls were open. We found a spot serving authentic Gorditas de Maíz Azul stuffed with fresh ingredients. They were absolutely delicious and the perfect way to fuel up after that surprise hike. The Copper Canyon Adventure Park is an absolute hidden gem. With the world-class Ziprider, the cable car ride high over the canyon, the other adventures offered in the park, the exposure to the rich culture of the Tarahuma people, the Chepe train ride getting up there, it is a bucket list destination you need to visit. So I have to ask, would you dare to ride one of the longest zip lines in the world, or would you stick to the cable car? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more adventures, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.